G'day everyone. Barkarati is now brought to you by Disruptor Marine Marketing, using AI to help your marine business grow. And our friends at Radix Nutrition, the most technically comprehensive nutrition products ever to exist. Unlock your potential with Radix. G'day listeners, welcome to Barkarati the Sailing Podcast. My name's Jordan Spencer. It's that time of the week where we get to hang out with some really cool sailors, but of course I have to share the mic with my idiot mate. So first off, let's welcome Mr. Brett Perry.
Greetings, Exalted One.
BP, Hamo.
Hamo Island, as of time of recording, sunrise on Hamilton Island. A very beautiful looking day on its way. But yeah, we're out sailing today and getting things organised for race starting tomorrow.
Cool. Very cool. Okay, well, let's bring in the other bloke.
He had a voice that could make a wolverine purr.
Mr. Nick Bice, Hamo.
Negatore, home deck. I do notice BP's got a bit of a frog in your throat. I dare to guess how that came about.
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of I had to say hello to.
That's right.
I tried to go about 7 times.
All that talking, but you needed the lubrication to make it go down better.
Wow.
So
you know what it's like. I haven't done Hamo in 20 years, would you believe? 20 years.
20 years.
Still banned, still got photos of you around.
Yeah.
Arrest on site. All right, we've got a full squad this morning, so hang on.
You guys know how it's hard to be friends with me because I'm so awesome?
Stacey Jackson, Hamo.
It's still funny.
Yes, can confirm Hamilton Island. But you'll notice there's no frog in my throat. There's not much I've learnt in sailing, but I've learnt how to leave the bar early.
Very well behaved. You wear a pair of thongs, the Martin Breakers, then you're definitely not allowed to go to the nightclub if you're wearing the jandals.
Yeah. They just spike you right out of there.
Yeah, that is the plan. That has always been the plan. There was no nightclub, and I can tell you that much.
Right. Are we ready?
Right.
I'm ready.
Bice is excited. We've shared a lot. Our guest this week is someone we've been living with vicariously through Bice here a bit. He's been doing a bit of sailing on a boat this season, and with a few different boats, and we've gone into the US. We've got a gentleman that I have to say this. I've got to pronounce one of your race wins because I've had so many emails about my mispronunciation. So won the Chicago Mackinac in 2023. It's not Mackinac apparently, boys. So I found that one out quite...
Roll with it, mate. Go the Mackinac.
I prefer the Mackinac. But anyway, Chicago Mackinac. But loves his cats. Loves his ocean racing, is the owner. And I love the thought that we're actually finally having a chat to an owner of a very famous little blue boat called the Final. So welcome to Barkarati, Jon Desmond.
Hey, thanks everybody. Avid fan from the U.S. here, and my wife's probably a bigger fan. I think she gets all decked out every Monday morning to listen to you guys. hot mom walk, but love what you're doing, and just like to talk to you guys a little bit.
Is this our first husband-wife combo?
Ooh.
Maybe it is.
Well, no, there's been a couple, isn't there? There's been the catamaran people, and there's a few of those, isn't there?
Either way, I'll send the merch pack, John.
Yeah.
Merch pack's on its way. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe it's a pair of final Christmas socks.
No, I gave those to my kids for Christmas.
Nice.
We did a nice gift for everyone that sails on one of the two boats, and we actually had a nanny figure out how to ship them around the world and ship stuff down to Australia, New Zealand, everywhere. We sent a couple extra pairs for the guys here, but we sent them all the Bice's address, and apparently they haven't made it past Bice's address.
Negatore.
Yeah.
It's getting hot. My feet are bloody hot wearing 3 pairs of socks, though.
John, it's more about the washing. You see, if he just has more socks, he doesn't have to do as much washing.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Just for all the listeners, Nick Bice's address is an official black hole, registered with the Australian Post Office as an official black hole. It's a scientific anomaly. Everything that goes in there doesn't come out. Any merch just stays. So just be aware.
Well, not only merch, it's all that crap that I buy online late at night, sitting around the table with this gentleman, Jon Desmond. I just got to time it when I'm home to make sure it turns up when I'm here. It's when I'm away, all these crap turns up.
Let's get into the real stuff. John, you did you have a choice for sailing, getting into sailing? I'm pretty certain you didn't. Looking back in your family history, you were dragged into it from a young age.
Yeah, I grew up sailing with my father. Pretty awesome, but doing Wednesday night beer can racing on 36, 40 footers around Marion, Massachusetts, a little bit north of Newport here. I think by 7, 8 years old, I was putting symmetrical kites up, upside down, backwards, whatever way he could scream at me the loudest for. But yeah, that's how I grew up sailing on some bigger boats, and then started doing some offshore stuff and a couple trips down the Caribbean once I got out of college, and always doing racing and a lot of offshore racing, a lot of the Newport Bermuda races around here. Then fell in love with the Caribbean, and it kind of all grew from there.
It is very cool. And just for the listeners, that's a halyard slapping in the background. Nothing we can do about that.
I thought it was a car indicating.
No.
Yeah, I thought BP's turning left.
It's not, don't worry about it. But John, when did you first start loving sailing, mate? Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember being 6, 7, 8 years old, sitting next to my father at the helm. Again, just doing these Wednesday nights, but watching the team that he built, and it's just awesome. So yeah, a young kid just growing up around Buzzards Bay.
So just for the listener, just prior to coming on, John sent me a video.
Yeah.
Just been sailing the M32, talking of a 7 or 8 year old kid. Your son Jax, I guess, was at the helm of the M32, just sitting on 18 knots, 20 knots, just bringing it back to the dock.
Yeah, so I have three little boys, 9, 7, and 6. That was actually Hunter, the 7-year-old.
Oh yeah, there you go.
He was doing some fly high, and so we raced the M32s today with the whole family sound. They were out on the rib all day, and then we threw the 2 little guys, the 6 and 7-year-old, on to rip in with us, and we came pretty close to flipping it actually. The 7-year-old. We left the 7-year-old alone back there a little bit too long, and he a little too much pulling on the tiller, a little less pushing, but it was fun.
Like now that
not that his dad hasn't done it. I think I turned it over twice last summer, so they pop right back up. They're big beach cats. They're pretty fun boats.
Yeah. So North American M32 North American's underway at the moment. Do you, watching your kids sailing on the boat with you at this age now, and you didn't have to leave where you were sitting, mate. We appreciate the effort. We weren't worried about that slapping. Do you sort of get a real sense of pride? Like, is this something that you always sort of dreamed of, watching your kids jump into the boats as well?
Yeah, it's been pretty special. The middle guy is really into it. He likes being on the rib and making sure we're well fed and well watered, but he's having fun. Always wants to go out there with us. So it's pretty special. There's actually another program here called J Racing, and they have 3 boats, and it's there's 3 different sons and a father racing.
Yeah.
I think the youngest started driving when he was 13 or 14, and so there's one of the other Julian boys is going into college next year. So they've had 3 boats, and watching what they've done with this class. My boys are a little bit younger, so we're a couple of years away, but it was pretty inspiring to watch what that family's been able to do, and you can tell how special it is for those guys and for that family. So it's a cool class, and yeah, it's certainly awesome having my boys involved. Our tender driver is a real saint for having 3 little guys on the boat.
John, we've lived the Final project through Bicey. Obviously, we see a lot of information and we see a lot of events and stuff. Your program is definitely up there in terms of professionally run and very sweet looking from the outside. Are you really, really enjoying having Bicey on board, or is it just
I tell you what, so we have the Pac 52. That's the main boat, right? And Bicey's been sailing with me for a while on that. We've done most of the big races on that boat, but together, Bicey. But yeah, I have a great friend, Russell Whitworth, who kind of runs the whole team and puts the crew together. And he knows, we've been friends for so long that, it's not about going out with any different pros. We're pretty particular about the people that we want to spend time with, on the water, off the water.
100%.
He's done a really good job. And every time he kind of brings someone new to me, he's thought it out very well. And so I think Vice is one of the first guys he brought to the boat when we did the Caribbean 600, in 25, Vice? And yeah, pretty special addition. I'll be honest, I love sailing with with Vice. We've had a lot of fun on the water and off the water.
He brings a bit of a comic sort of comic relief, doesn't he?
It's fantastic.
Mate, I'll be bringing the comic relief when I tell you the poem that Grok wrote us when we were going around Stromboli.
Yeah. Once we learn Dirty Grok can tell you jokes and poems, it made the 18 hours of no wind a little more enjoyable for us. The middle sea race.
Still laughing. No, we've done some bloody awesome. Caribbean 600, Admirals Cup, Middle Sea, Aegean 600. There's only a couple left on the bucket list. We haven't quite got the Rolex yet, but we're having a crack at it.
Yeah, when we bought that boat, it had a pretty special offshore pedigree. It had just come off winning the Work Transatlantic, and they had obviously, I think they won the 600 at one point. And they'd done, they took the boat to Sydney, did the Sydney Hobart. They had done the whole tour, and so that's what our goal was. We wanted to go check off the big 600-mile races, and then we found, I just really like going to. Once we have some really great people, and the boat was in Europe, and there's a lot of other cool events over there. We kind of tried to make her a bit of a Swiss Army knife and done a bunch of work to put some inshore systems in place, put a takedown system and we went and did the ORC Worlds in Sorrento, basically because it was in Sorrento, and what a special place that is. So we the original goal was to check off all the big ocean races, and then there were kind of cool events along the way where the boat was, and just kind of we can't miss those things. So we've added a few things along the way, but
just too much fun on the shore as well. Holy shit!
So John, with all these offshore races that you've done and few to tick off still, the big question is: do you wear Crocs or boots?
Interesting question. I went Crocs for the first time in the Aegean 600. I had two Crocs for almost maybe 11 hours of that race. Popped my feet over the side. The first morning, doing about 24 knots, and little wave came up and just ripped that offshore mode right off the back. That did not last very long. So did the last 40 hours in waterproof socks, which I don't recommend. So I think I'll be back to a sneaker guy. And Bice is the one that's been talking about the Crocs forever.
Oh,
and,
this is
he's like,
the
you
perfect setup.
Shit I told you.
Been crapping on about them for so long, and then it was the perfect setup. Then finally one gets washed off, and it's like, my job is done here.
Yeah. I'm definitely back to full shoes, I think. Shoes and waterproof socks is the way to go, I think.
The final you're sailing is, you say it was the boat that it formerly was Warrior 1, I think. It's a Pac 52. Was it?
Yes.
You've got a history of some cool boats, obviously. I think you might have chartered the old Zulu, the Mod 70, and did some of the Caribbean 600 on that once upon a time. You've got your M32. You've got you had the Mills 41. You've got monohulls. You've been doing catamaran sailing. You've done trimaran sailing. Where's the most rewarding fun?
The most rewarding fun, I think, is still the Pac 52. I will say the Zulu experience of doing that Caribbean 600 was very special.
Hey, Russ.
This is Russell, the PM on the big boat, who came and did the trimaran Mod 70 with us. That was really special. That kind of came about late. They were looking for kind of a late charter in December, and we knew some similar people. And, to me, that just seemed like kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that I wasn't about to let pass up, especially while our offshore boat was over spending the winter in Malta. So that was really cool. There were a couple moments of that race, and I think we were, ripping along on a beam reach, kind of in the death zone, right next to Argo, like 5 boat lengths from each other, under a 10 p.m. full moon on that second night. Down on the way down to Redonda. That was, I'll never forget that the rest of my life. But I think it's these big prestigious offshore races. To get to do the Middle Sea race, the Aegean 600 was pretty incredible. The Admirals Cup, there was a fast net. I'd never done a fast net. So growing up around here, I've probably done 10 Newport Bermuda races, and then you get to do some of these other courses that you're not just heading straight through a make-believe Gulf Stream piece of water. We're trying to hit some imaginary waypoint. They're pretty special to go around some of these islands and do some of these other courses. So I still love that part of it the most. The big epic offshore events with great people.
It is very cool. One of the other things, a question, because you're what we call an owner, right? So you've got this situation where you've got to run the whole boat, and there's all the bills that come to you. But we, as sailors, all sailors, look at different boats and fantasize about, well, I wouldn't mind that boat, I wouldn't mind that boat. Do you spend a lot of time looking at other boats going, oh, yeah, that looks pretty cool, or you just... Yep.
Yeah, I would say that problem never goes away.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just want to make sure that was...
No. Yeah, again, that's one of the reasons we kind of jumped at that Mod 70 opportunity, because... to get to sail on a boat like that, what an incredible experience. But there's always kind of things around the boatyard or around the shed, things sitting in tents here and there that are fun to look at, and start thinking about what it would be like to move the program in different directions. That's stuff we're always doing. And yeah, you can own the coolest boat in the world. And, I'm sitting here in Newport, standing around giant marinas, and there's a 400-foot mega yacht right here. I think that would look pretty good on me someday. But start baby steps.
We could put the quiver of boats on the back of that. Wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Very cool. So one of the things about being an owner, of course, is managing the team. Obviously, I can see why you put Bicey on the boat, because, with your kids coming up and developing sailing, you want to get practice with an immature person on boats, and so that's giving you that sort of pathway. But where are you finding the reward? Like, is it for you offshore, or is it inshore? Like, I know your boat's more set up as an offshore boat. You're doing the 600s. Do you have that inshore goal, or you're just an offshore man?
That's a great question. We did so the two big inshore events we've done. We did the Admirals Cup, and then we did the ORC Worlds in Sorrento this spring. And the Admirals Cup was obviously last summer. And we did a lot better at the ORC Worlds. I think maybe we got fifth there, Bice. And,
something like
that. 52s. We were a bit deeper from the second half of the pack at Admirals. So that was actually pretty special. To me, the best part is building really good teams that love being together with each other and love getting better on the boat every day. Every event we've done, I think we've gotten more competitive, both inshore and offshore. So I don't think it's an inshore or offshore thing. Same thing with this M32 team. We've made a couple changes and some people here and there, but it's basically a lot of the core guys. And this fleet is so competitive. So a lot of these guys have been sailing these boats 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and they're really, really good. So you got to take your lickings in the class for a while. And now we're starting to move our way up the standings very, very slowly. But it's working with the people. For me, it's the people. It's getting to sail with awesome people, and just getting a little bit better every day. And that's a big part of it. But it's not all about results either. It's a lot of it's the experiences you have together, whether it's on the water or off the water. So that's what's most rewarding for me.
One of Jon's mantras is cool places and cool people. And you've just spoken about the people bit. You've been to some pretty cool places, and I've been lucky enough to go to a few. But what's kind of the top of the list, you reckon?
Oh, I've really enjoyed the Med. I think it's because I haven't spent as much time over there, but Corsica was very special. The Sorrento event was very
Corsica.
special.
Forgot about
Malta,
Corsica.
yeah, Malta was really cool. The Middle Sea racing, that was again, I think I've done the Caribbean 600 5 or 6 times now, so it was, the Middle Sea race reminded me a lot of that, but going around Stromboli and, live volcano was absolutely wild.
It's pretty wild, Stromboli, isn't it?
It's really beautiful. I mean, the Aegean 600 was incredible. I spent most of the time with goggles on. So first time I ever went goggle sailing. So luckily, Bicey brought us a pair of goggles, and I thought he was actually a girl the night before asked if we had goggles when she was on a Cookson 50, and I kind of laughed at her. Why would we need goggles? And about 3 hours into the race, I couldn't see a thing. Just blinking my eyes the whole time, caked in salt. Bicey's like, "Oh, I have a pair of goggles if you want." I was like,
It was a bit.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah, that first 12 hours of that race, not only were the Crocs a victim, I think I lost my hat and then my cell phone that I left kind of in my pocket up on deck while driving. Didn't make it. Never turned on the next morning, so I lost quite a few things that first day. It was wet and wild, and it was fun. So.
The trials and tribulations of offshore sailing.
Yeah. All right. The beauty is we just saw Russ Whitworth walk in the background before, and he's just feeding me a few questions now to ask John. Start of the Pineapple Cup 2008. Want to talk about that?
Oh yeah, the pineapple. What was his question specifically, Vice?
It was ask him about the start of the Pineapple Cup 2008.
Yeah. I had to wait for a crew member, so I waited for him at a bar. His flight got delayed about 8 hours, and yeah, I think I started in the back. I couldn't go down below, so I think I started in blue jeans. This is my father's Swan 48. I was probably puking off the back, wearing blue jeans, got soaking wet. Stayed up there for about 3 hours. I think I looked at my father and Russell and said, "Listen, you guys are going to have to hold this down for the next 18 hours." And I went to bed and slept over. Vicious hangover. But then I came back, and that was actually a fantastic race. We had a Swan 48 going, I think, wing on wing, that we'd blown up every spinnaker we had, but in about 30 knots of breeze from from Cuba all the way down to Jamaica. And got to be 12 to 16 foot waves, and we were pushing as much ocean as a Swan 48 could possibly push. Those things. Instead of planing, they just sink into the ocean. You can see the bow wake is coming out right off the top of the topside. It's feels like you're driving a minivan at about 220 miles per hour. But,
love it.
Word has it that groove is now where all the boats get back from the Caribbean. Back to the US, just sail up the groove, avoid the Gulf Stream.
Wasn't that the year that Lake Alexandrina drained out, Bicey?
Yeah, it sucked all the water out. You had to replace it in the ocean.
Took all the water from South Australia up the east.
Adelaide's water supply. You got any more of those, or should we keep going?
Oh yeah, yeah. We could. I'll get Russ to feed us with a few more.
That's all cool. John, one of the good things about your life, obviously, is when we talk about the crew and putting boats together, you get to pull some interesting characters on the boat. And much as I want to take the piss out of Bice all the time, we've got on the Barcarati team 2 people that have gone around the world multiple times. The ocean race, like people like Stace and Bice. Do they change your thought profile when you get to spend time with them? Do you look at them and think, "Thank God I'm not that stupid," or like how does it work?
No, I unfortunately I've never really. I'm always probably a little bit too stupid. No, but seeing what a lot of these people have done, it's definitely inspiring. It's pretty cool to get to sail with a bunch of these people. I never thought I'd be sailing with the JTs of the world, the sci-fis of the world. Sailing with Charlie Enright around Newport, 2 years ago. The Nick Bices. It's pretty special for me to get to actually be around this crowd of people that, for, probably in the last, say only the last 5 or 6 years, we've really been doing, owning pretty sporty boats and doing cooler stuff. So for a long time, it was just, watching these things on YouTube and whatever different apps, So yeah, it's really cool. Awesome group of people. And,
just the beginning.
Cool.
Just the beginning. You reckon
Yeah.
Is it just the beginning, John? That's a bit of a leading question.
I think you're well into the first or second chapter.
There's always cool things to look at. We're going to keep doing this a long time. Right now my boys are, like I said, 9, 7, 6. Got a very, very awesome, patient wife. She stays pretty involved running the social media campaign for us. I figured this out a long time ago. If she running the social media, and she just barks at all the guys on the team to give her content, and she's not barking at me for leaving her at home with 3 little boys. So that was
Nice.
my
Gets 12 other blokes she can bark at.
That is an important discussion point, actually, because, sailing is time consuming, and we've all got, if you've got a partner in life, sometimes they get pretty grumpy. I've seen some of the blow-ups that partners have. But for you, it's not like that at all. It's like we know the passion that your wife has.
Smooth sailing, eh?
But no, I mean she's supportive of your sailing. I don't want to talk about any other nature of your relationship. Just the sailing. And boats.
She's been incredibly supportive. And yeah, especially the young family and not, it's a big time commitment. It's a big financial commitment, right? So, she's never given us a hard time about either of it, really. And it's, it's great when we can get her and the boys to come along for some stuff. She's joined us. She joined us in Antigua a couple of years back, and she's come over to the Admirals for a little bit. So that's pretty great, and I love having her at some of these really cool venues as well. They joined us in Sorrento. But it's a lot of time away, and that's, I think, some of the things that I'm looking at right now. Like right now, we're in Newport. It's sort of a home game for us. It's easy to have the boys down here. Less than an hour for us to get home. But for some of the stuff we're doing with the big boat, it's thinking about what are the bucket list events and making sure that you're balancing the time away and not trying to do too much, and really getting the best bang for the buck when you are going away. And that's just the family side. And then there's a business behind all this that has to fuel some of the fun. And sometimes you got to make sure that balance is right too. You can't ignore that for too long, or all of a sudden the fun tokens start drying up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit, I hate that. Yeah, when the fun tokens dry up.
Speaking of that relationship, do you have to, like, if you were, say, thinking, I wouldn't mind a new boat, is that an easy conversation at home, or is that a difficult conversation?
Yeah, we usually just don't tell her, and then a new boat shows up, and we tell her. That strategy seemed to work really well so far. So, no, we chat about it. The big thing, she really likes the blue now, which is ironic because she didn't like the blue when we first bought the Pac 52, and now when we look at the boat, she said, "Well, how much is it going to cost to paint that blue?" So, if that's the most banter I'm getting, I think I'm winning in life. I think
that's very cool.
I think it goes something like this: got it on trial, 100% deposit, no refunds. Oh, beauty. No, says she's a ripper, part of the final team. Not only having her around, but also the other partners when we're on tour and some of the places we go. Is that's actually added an element which we're not really exposed to in the pro yachting scene too much, but it just brings that little family vibe, which is super cool. And the 52 is the right size for that as well. For having all the other partners and families around, it's bloody cool.
Yeah, we try and pick like one event a year and try and get a bunch of the wives and girlfriends to come join us. Like we picked the Corsica last year, and that was pretty special. But yeah, just trying. Again, we're everyone. At least for me, I'm taking away time away from work and from the core life, and I want to enjoy it with the right people, and the people that Russell and has put together on the team are people we want to spend time with them. We want to spend time with their families. So it's really been great. Bryce, I got one other quick story for you. Sarah has she likes her Kettle One vodka, and actually in the 52 container, the boys were nice enough to put up a little. It's like one of those fire extinguisher cases. It's
break glass instead of emergency.
Break case of emergency, break glass.
And so they filled it with Kettle One vodka, and they covered up emergency and just put Sarah there. But so here in the 32 container, we had a bottle of Kettle One, and she brought it out on the rib yesterday, and it was about half full, and went to take a swig out of it. All water.
Oh,
what?
Someone had drank the Kettle One vodka and filled it up with water. No. So we're looking for a thief around the container park here. I only know the only people I can think of, and drinking age is 21 here. Like that's something we used to do when we were 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
We're a little perplexed, but that was pretty funny update from yesterday.
Well, it's either someone who's relapsed or someone who's passed out behind the container. But adding to the Kettle One story, some of you might... Oh, there she is. Hey, Sarah.
Speaking of the devil.
Speaking of the Kettle One story, some might remember after the Caribbean 600, I flew to the US and had COVID, contracted COVID. I believe at the same time, Sarah Desmond contracted COVID as well. Might have had something to do with sharing a Kettle One bottle.
I think she spent a lot of time blaming you for giving her COVID, and I was like, let's not rule out the fact that you could have given it to Vice.
Hey, when you, with your campaign and stuff, like, how do you pick the races? What you're going to do? What's the approach to that?
That's a great question. Again, we're looking to check off some of the bigger ocean races and the big 600 milers. So, when the Admirals Cup came up, that was something that also seemed like, a pretty epic event in a part of the world that I never been to, the Solent. I heard Bryce talking about it last week. What an incredible part of the world, incredible place to go sailing. But that kind of checked off the Fastnet race for us. And then, kind of Middle Sea was the next logical one. And then I really wanted to do the Aegean 600. So we decided to leave the boat. And I tell you what, it was, I think I heard you say something, Vice, like it was a week later and you still decided if you loved it or hated it. But, I'm psyched we got the noise that we did in that event because I think, because I'm not sure when I'll be back to that event. So I think it's trying to match up. A lot of these races are even or odd years, right? Like the Newport Bermuda race is in even years. And I think we want to do a Transpac. I think that's in odd years. So it's trying to kind of line some of these up and kind of make a logical path for the boat that's, doesn't completely strain the budget on shipping. And so it's seeing which races are in which years and creating a little route that fits both the budget and sort of makes sense. Yeah. Again, the long-term goal for us is kind of knock off all these races. So,
yeah,
it's awesome. So, what would you any race in the world on any boat, as long as it was painted blue, what would you do?
That's a great question. I've had a lot of fun watching Pace go around the UK
Britain.
right now.
Yep.
Yeah, around Britain. That's looked pretty cool. The Mod 70 was certainly incredible. I think it was really special getting to race against Argo in that and being neck and neck with them. So to me, that one just kind of needed a 2-boat program. Yeah, listen, the Sydney Hobart is super high on my list. Hoping my boy, I'm gonna get a little bit older, so the 24-hour flight down there is a little easier because, that being at Christmas time, certainly going to bring them. But I think checking off. I've never done a transatlantic. I've never done the Transpac. For me, those longer 3,000-mile races. I'm excited to do that. And if there was some platform that was just a little bit thin, the 52 is really, really special. But maybe one of these boats that's a little bit bigger and chip off a couple more miles, get us back to the family a little bit quicker.
I see the Comanche's just in a bit of new livery. We could change the black vinyl to blue.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'd look good in that.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a step or two in between that.
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
No, it's just 252s put together.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm picking up a message here. I know exactly where his brain's sitting right now. I can tell. I can pick it up. So I won't say it out loud.
Swan 68.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I did a lot of early Caribbean days on the Chippewa. I don't know if you guys ever remember Chippewa.
Oh, yeah.
Swan 68, owned by an American guy here, a real idol of mine. But that was a Swan 68, pretty special back in the early 2000s. Good program.
Hey, John, where's the name come from? Final.
Final. So around these parts, when you're going for that last drink of the night, we tend to say, "You guys ready for a final?"
Oh.
And then it ends up you have about 4 or 5 more finals. So
you've met Nick Bice then.
Yeah, one more, no more.
I had a string of J29s for a while.
Once the road.
Yeah, come back to that.
But the J29s were called Uno Mas, Dos Mas, and No Mas. And then we had a boat called Next. And so I thought the final just was kind of fitting because the first final was a Mills 41, and then the one we have now is a Pac 52, and everyone knows it's never really the final. So again, we'll see what's next. But it's fun.
If you want to do the Australian version of that final, if you want to just continue the theme and use that, then it's Rotor. Roader. Rotor.
Having one for the road. Yeah.
Rotor?
Rotors.
So I've named
which also is generally 2. That's one there for the road and then one for on the road. So.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like it. Sense of fun in the name as well. Like I reckon that's the hardest part about boats, in all honesty, trying to come up with a name.
Yeah, we don't need to. Got it ready to go for infinitely.
I think if we ruin the Sarah's Instagram account at this point, I think I'd be in a lot of trouble. So I think we're final for a long time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's hard to recoup the followers.
Yeah.
Keep the followers.
Plus, you can just call it nicknames. Can you remember, John, like with all the sailing you're doing, like what's the best moment you've had? Have you got a standout moment?
The one coming to mind. I mean, the start of that Aegean 600. It's also the one that's freshest in the mind. But we knocked up 188 miles in 12 hours. So it was just a full send, full rip. That was really cool. And then getting down to the bottom of the course there, Vice. I think we were JT up, and it's probably blowing high 30s at that point. As the sun's coming up, that was really special. Again, that Caribbean 600 on the Mod 70, we never forget that. I think you couldn't see it on the tracker, but we had actually gotten ahead of Argo at Redonda, and then just had the 40-mile beat back. One of the incredible things about those boats, some of these legs are 40 miles, and they take you 1 hour. It's a 1 hour leg. It's pretty incredible. We probably had a 2 hour beat, and we were in front of them until the last 5 miles. I bet you we did 50 tacks.
Wow.
Just a tacking duel all the way up on these Mod 70s, and they're not easy boats to tack. So,
No.
But that power reach, with the full moon out there, was really special as well. Tough to not remember that one forever.
Wow. It's cool, isn't it? Like, it's a life well lived, You want to go and have as much fun as you can, and doing sailing, when you tell people that your passion is sailing, and people go, they don't understand it, Like you see that quite often, and but for the rest of us who love the sport, we're all living it with you. You know, you're talking about those moments. We know exactly what you're feeling.
Yeah. As I'm sitting here staring at these M32s too, I have to bring up, you know, we finally won our first race at the last event, the July event. And that was pretty special because, you know, we were the punching bags in Miami for the entire season, and then, you know, to make a couple changes and get the boat going a little faster and, you know, actually beat these guys around one of these tracks was, you know, that was a pretty cool feeling too. So.
It's a pretty hot fleet, isn't it? So I've been watching a bit of that going on, and it's pretty well contested.
I tell you, for the bang for your buck, these things, there's got to be nothing better. You know, we got 10 of these here in Newport. You know, the races are 17, 18 minutes long. You whip out 5, and you know, we leave the dock at 11. We're in by 3 o'clock usually. You know, except for today, we had to wait for 3s to fill in. But it's just really fun. You know, I sailed in with my 6-year-old and 7-year-old today.
Yeah.
High flying a little bit. You know, let the 7-year-old drive. A little too long, probably, but the wife came in and said, "Do not do that with my little guy on board anymore." So they're pretty cool, and they're actually we're sending all these boats to the BVI's next year, so they'll be really cool. We'll sail them out of Nanny Key for the winter series, so that'll be pretty fun. Hopefully, we can get some other people to come down and play with us.
I think you'll get plenty of takers for that. That would be a lot of fun. Absolute riot on one of those things. So that's very cool. Just before we're coming to the end of our time, do you look across at like the America's Cup or Sail GP and sort of have any interest in that? Or, you know, obviously that's all inshore stuff, but you know, you're building your offshore program. But are you a fan or have interest?
Yeah, I certainly like watching it. I've grown pretty fond of the Sail GP over the last couple of years, probably because of these M32s. You know, a lot of the guys sailing these boats are going over and leaving to the Sail GP. You know, the America's Cup to me has just gotten a little bit, you know, you know, I've never really sailed foiling boats. They just seem so different and kind of radical to me. Whereas I'm sure the Sail GP does as well, but at least I'm sailing these catamarans. So I certainly love checking that out. But I think it'll be interesting to see what happens in the America's Cup. But the platform Sail GP's put together, I think it's easy to watch. It's you know it's fun to check out. And now that I get to spend time with a bunch of the guys, it's makes it all a lot more relatable and pretty cool.
Super. Good.
Cool. All right, John, we might let you go, mate. Obviously, the crew are packing down the boat, but you've got family and kids there. We appreciate you taking time away from them. And we also appreciate you taking Bice off our hands for a bit. You know, that's every time he goes missing, we think, oh, he's over with John. So
you know, I'm in good hands though. We've met Sarah, we've met John now. The listeners have. So yeah, nothing to fear at all.
I do have to point out our original married couple is Bundy and Brower.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Affirmative. Yeah.
Fairly
good.
Significant couple. So we've gone to another significant couple now, so that's good. And then, happy days.
Beautiful.
Well, I appreciate it. It's nice to meet all you, and I love what you guys do. Keep doing it. And Vice, hopefully see each other much sooner than later. And fun
Look forward to it. Here.
All right.
Nice.
Be well, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
Yeah.
What a champion. Champion bloke, champion family, champion program. Super cool. I mean, you can just sense the enthusiasm, right? And this is just the start. It's going to be a program that will stick around for a while.
He's just a normal bloke like the rest of us, you know, like he's just got the money to be able to run a campaign. He knows how to have fun. He's found it makes him happy. The fact that, you know, his wife and kids are 100% into it makes it even better. It looks like a really happy program. And so, you know, that's what you want to be around. Like you obviously, you know, you like to have fun, Bice, and so you're locked in on that program by the looks of it. So, it's pretty cool. There's obviously, I mean, I don't know about you blokes, but You bloke. Sorry, Stace. I'm sorry. Stace.
Got him.
Got him. 4 so far this
Oh, is that right?
But that's right. I'm not counting.
Okay. I don't know about you two, but I definitely picked up that there's another boat on the horizon. Did you pick anything up, Stace?
Well, I've already written a classified ad for him because we've got to get another 2 Meldris 32s for the boys, so they've each got one. And then
He could probably do with the moth, a Sharpie, and an Etchel.
I was thinking that.
I mean, it's a package deal, right? Like,
Yeah.
Just put them in the container and add the extra dollars on. That's all.
yeah. And the little ones would enjoy the cut down rig on my moth.
There you go.
Maybe put all 3 of them in it. They might make the weight limit.
Got to be a 100-footer.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Need a lot more friends for a 100-footer though.
Well, that's yeah.
I don't know. Warro didn't he do Gold Coast to Mackay with 12?
Well, it's debatable how many he was with, but is it too soon for that one?
Too soon? Yeah. All right.
But I have to say, I reckon I've got the top fan badge for their social media on the Final Fight. Just knowing that it's Sarah who runs it. Never met her, but I think she's got such a cool, supportive role and outlook on the team. I think it's really cool. So hopefully I cross paths with Sarah at an event somewhere soon.
Oh, you are so professional, Stacey. That's impressive. That is impressive.
I don't know how I go with the what's the brand of vodka? I don't know how
Kettle.
I handle that.
Kettle one. Oh no, don't worry. Well, it's sometimes water. Who knows?
Maybe they've pre-upped the bottle of water for me.
I got a strong suspicion a container of it's going to turn up at Final from the brand. They've got so much free plug. But if you are going to go offshore and do the sort of campaigning that the Final team are doing, then maybe check out our friends at Radix Nutrition. They've got protein centered by design formula for their food. It's advanced freeze-dried technology. It's nutrient density over hype and built for real-world demands and extreme demands like you would do if you're going offshore. If you're interested in our friends at Radix Nutrition, their amazing products, then go to Radix Nutrition, use Barkarati as your discount code, get a discount on us, and sale at your peak. That's definitely the smart way to do it. And then, of course, if you do have to spend time away from the business, you pick up an opportunity to go and spend some time racing offshore. You've got to keep your business running. As John said, he's got to keep his business running. So I would encourage John to jump over to disruptormarinemarketing.com.au, ignore that whole crew of employed workers he's got, and check out the buy spot he's got running there, so you can have buys running your boat and running your business.
Go to US accent for that one.
Yeah.
Actually.
You want to give us a taste?
Let me work on it a little bit in the background here. Hey, y'all.
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 So disruptormarinemarketing.com.au. Doesn't matter if you're Australian or anywhere in the world, you can use that receptionist and get all the leads and path file. What have I done? Have I done it wrong?
No, I'm just thinking, how you can change Siri to the different voices.
Yeah. We've just
go on, give us your best Indian, Jordan.
No, I'm not that stupid. Anyway, you can just go.
I'll do the Kiwi one.
All right.
Just Kiwi slang.
We can do the Kiwi one. But yeah, go and book your demo with disruptormarinemarketing.com.au. Disruptor is DISRUPTA. Right, shall we move on now? You two idiots have just ripped me apart whilst I was trying to do that.
No, you'll be right.
Okay.
Yeah, carry on.
You did really well.
Yeah. Events. We've got a few going on at the moment. So the 470 World Champs are on in Enoshima in Japan. So they're underway. They've just started. There's about 75 boats I noticed. I've been having a bit of a look at that. So Enoshima in Japan, obviously one of the sailing things. 470s, big class. Australian women's match racing champs are about to kick off in Western Australia. So that'll be interesting. They've got half a dozen teams, all youth-orientated teams. I'm not sure how that's going to play out, but they're out of Fremantle. So if you're Fremantle-based or in Perth-based, head over and have a check out of the Australian Match Racing Champs. Always good, easy viewing with match racing because it's normally close to home. The ORC European Champs, 7 to 15 August in Lithuania. And as a complete surprise, the J70 Mixed Plus World Championships will be taking place in Copenhagen in Denmark, 13 to 16 this year.
How many boats competing? About 8,000 or something?
Well, I think it's the third or fourth different worlds this year for the J70s. We do know
J70s.
They have a lot of different world champs. And then, of course, the fun one in Kingston in Canada, where I've had a lot of fun in my life. The International 14's doing their world champs. That's underway, 17 to 28 August. Plenty to see there.
What is the Mixed Plus?
I don't know, Stace. I honestly don't.
Like, what else is there?
I don't know.
Apart from mix, how do you plus it? How do you plus the mix?
Is it for confused fat guys at the end of the night? Like
It's for the extra heads. Extra big head.
J70 class, one design racing, fantastic. I mean, it's fantastic class. Like, it goes off. And there's a lot of boats, so it's doing well. So good on them. Do whatever you want. It's like...
you forgot to add the UK IRC National Championships. It's taking place next week. May or may not be there. And, of course, Hamo. Give us the vibe, Stace. How is it?
Oh, yeah. It was... I guess tonight's technically the first night fever. Racing starts tomorrow.
Oh,
But there's quite a crowd gathered already on the island.
What do you want, Stace?
Ran into BP. I'm on Touche 42. It's a H&H 42.
You've been on that boat before. Under different names.
I used to sail on with the previous owner, David Redfern, as Not a Diamond, and now Greg Watson down in Southport Yacht Club's the owner, and they just did an impressive second place on IRC for the Southport Mackay race.
There you go.
HH 42, that'd be going head to head with the FOMO.
The FOMO.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So it seems like a really the super 40 plus class. This is the plus again. We're going to work out what that is.
Yeah, the plus.
I'll do some research this week. I'll get back to you. But yeah, we got 10 boats in it, so it should be. I think we're going to have a good little battle between the fleet, and it shall be tiring. I think it looks like there's 20 plus knots most days, so we'll be working for it.
Breeze on. With triple Windward Lords, 3 Windward Lords scheduled for Tuesday. Last forecast I see, it's probably 22 to 25 knots. Game on.
There'll be some tired little people on Wednesday, that's for sure, for lay day.
Yeah. Well, not from the sailing.
No.
Hamo, big one. Good luck, Stace. There's every boat out there, lots of classes. We just had Airlie Race Week. We'll come back to that, though. Should we go into the Jack Lloyd Listener of the Week?
Oh, yeah. Straight in.
Presented by our friends at Vycobi. Vycobi will provide a couple of $100 worth of gear. We had a little bit of downtime, so I think we'll be awarding that next week. So I know some of the punters like to jump in towards the end of the month, I've noticed, to try and be current.
Good strategy. I like it.
Yeah, but at the moment, we'll probably jump back that one. We've sort of had I have to be honest, like for the listeners, I'll bring you on the inside a bit. Our email has been found, so we are clogged with emails where it's like we get all the America's Cup stuff, we get all the subject, we get all that, but what's filling it up a lot, and we love all that stuff, so events and races and fantastic, but what is filling it up is all the PR firms have found us now, and so we get submitted all these different speakers that we should interview on the show, and I don't know that any of them have any clue what we talk about, because just the random stuff that is sent our way. I woke up this morning to one it's about weathering the storm or something.
Leadership amid the perfect storm, Jordan. An expert shares fundamentally different approach. I'll tell you how to weather the storm.
Yeah.
we've got a fundamentally different approach to it as well.
Exactly.
But there's so many of them. Like there's a few random ones the last few, but we get a lot of them. So to the PR firms, we're not interested. And they've got my personal email address as well. I'm not quite sure how that comes about, but
you're welcome. No worries. I just forward them off. You can contact Jordan directly at jordan.spencer.
But yeah, just the noise is full bore. But then when we do look into our website and we find our email and find some great emails, it is very cool. Stephen Watts. So Stephen, we gave his event a little plug the other day, and he's just written back. And hi BP, other chaps, and Stacey. So
oh yes, legend. That's give him it. Listener of the week.
Yeah, listener of the
Done.
I love it. So me and Bice are just other chaps, which I love. Just finishing listening to episode 370 and wanted to thank you and the team of idiots for the great plug that you gave Sale Illawarra. We're looking forward to seeing as many of you can make it. On another note, it was an excellent episode on Sail Lab. I saw Jess do the Sail Lab presentation at the CYC Sailing Summit, and it's a very impressive program. As a science teacher of 30 years, I could see the enormous work that has gone into this project, and kudos to Australian Sailing for taking up and running with it. It certainly deserves to be a winner, and her segment has reminded me that success depends upon the sailing fraternity doing what they can to bring the schools on board. I will also be bringing it to the attention of our club juniors and their parents to see if there are any inroads to get the local schools interested. Cheers and thanks again for your support. See you in November. That's a good one. That's what I like about that email. It's very obviously a bit of banter there, but the calling back to what is a really good episode and saying he's going to follow through on the communication, which is what we asked everyone to. So that was good.
Yeah, there's some good comms about the Sail Lab.
Yep.
And I must admit I've done a little push myself. I need a brochure. That's what I need. I just need a little brochure I can put in my back pocket.
Yeah.
Head to the resources page on the Australian Sailing website.
Well, yeah, I just need a
you
printed.
can print out one of the PDFs that they've got.
Exactly. So that's what I'll do.
I had a dinner on Monday night, straight after the episode, and there was a couple of teachers at the table. So I just told them they had to listen to the episode, sat down with them and explained it and stuff. So that was that's cool. And then we got an email from an old friend of the show, the former Commodore of what was his yacht club, the Tauranga Yacht Club or something. Tauranga. Yep. That's it. Jeez, I'm married to a Kiwi and I get it wrong. Well, where'd he go? Here we go. It's been a bit of banter. Started listening to this week's podcast and thought, is this another thing the Aussies are trying to steal from the Kiwis? Given your history, trying to take credit for the Pavlova, Jandals, thongs, Russell Crowe and Crowded House, I thought, here we go again. Yachting New Zealand has been running its runner program for 6 years and won the 26th Sports New Zealand Environmental Sustainability Award. But the more I listened, the more I came to realise the two programs, while similar, are different. Both use classroom programs and local yacht clubs to help kids engage with sailing and the marine environment, develop skills and learning and expand their horizons. These programs do make a difference and should be supported both in the schools and at the yacht clubs. Well done for highlighting the great work being done. Regards, Phil. Phil, I just want to say very clearly, no Australian is claiming Russell Crowe, okay? He's yours.
And you can keep your jandals as well.
Rusty's. Yeah, and your fucking chili bins and your judder bars.
So, yeah, two good themes there.
Good one, Phil.
We're both focusing on Sail Labs, so, yeah, that is very much appreciated. And then we got one from Pete Gibbons-Nerf. Hey, Barkarati team, thanks for the shout-out this week and for following the build of my new proto. So,
did you see this week? He put some photos up this week.
Yep.
The boat's just been painted or undercoat.
Yep.
Yeah. Holy crap, man.
So good.
When you see those boats actually in the water, it's a sight to behold. Like, where's yachting gone? But then when you're sailing along and they're doing about 5 knots quicker than you, yeah, that's where it's gone. Straight bloody past
Straight
us.
past us.
Well, as you say, like he says, I cannot wait to share more about this boat as we get ready to launch soon. But more importantly, I would love to give a shout out for the Magenta project. I highly recommend the professionals in the sailing and marine industry apply to serve as mentors for this incredible program as it continues to generate more opportunities for women. It's all about the equity and inclusion both on and off the water. As a mentor myself, I highly recommend this program. It is 9 months long and provides structured support from both the mentors and the network it creates. My mentee from the last mentoring year, Ninki Mulink, is currently racing back from the Azores to France in the Mini Atlantic and crushing it. She finished the first leg 4th in series and first female finisher. The fleet is close as they approach the coast in the race at the moment. Another exciting aspect is Quantum Sales has chosen to partner with both of us for the Mini Transat. So that's Pete and Ninki. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And our sail designer, Gildas Dubois, is out there on the same race course with her. What?
It's a bit of a mouthful, this old, that old.
Oh, it keeps getting better. My mentee from the past year, Elisa Klauenberg, bought a Mini this spring and is jumping into her own campaign for the 29 Mini Transat. She recently did her first solo training session the other week and has a bright future in the world of solo sailing. So while I missed being out on the water this season, which was not part of the plan, seeing the growth and accomplishment of my mentees over these past few years is inspiring. I'm so happy for them and excited to see where their campaigns take them in the future. Pretty cool. So the benefit there, the joy there, talking about the Magenta project. So Stacey, you were around that at the formation, weren't you?
Yeah, so the Magenta project came out of our Team SCA, our women's Volvo team. And when we couldn't continue on and do another race for funding, we decided to not just stop our mark on the offshore. Originally, it was offshore sailing, and then it sort of branched into all areas of sport, which is really cool. I've had a couple of mentees, a couple of shout outs to Katie McDonald. She's the main sheet trimmer on the mighty Drumfire. And I did such a great job with Ruby Sholton. She's decided to not go sailing and she's going to row across the Atlantic. So maybe I could have worked harder with Ruby. But no, I think it's a great project. And if you're looking at giving back to the sport or you want to try and progress in the sport, sign up for a mentee or a mentor and get involved with the Magenta project.
Couple of great emails there. I'll be honest. We'll probably award it next week, but for me at the moment, Stephen Watts is leading the way. I really enjoyed that email, so I don't know where you guys stand, but we're not.
Bravo, Wattsy.
Yeah,
good on you.
Yeah, but so if you want to, there's your standard you're going to have to beat. I'll have to go back through the last few weeks just to recall all the different ones, but
refresh, exactly.
But yeah, very cool. We appreciate everything. So, and of course, Vicobia hiring. If you're looking for a job at the moment, good people. Jump online, check them out. Speaking of good people,
it's hot time with Bice.
By good people, I meant Harry Fisher.
I was thinking I should actually be normally during that rendition, the Harry Fisher giving the hot time. That's when I rip off my tracksuit pants, that are split down the side. But now we have, of course, Stace on the show. I've just got to refrain a little bit.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were going to say I have to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to do it. What do we? Round Britain Island. That's kind of taken my interest a little bit this week.
Yep.
John spoke about it. The pace. Basically, majority of the boats are heading up towards Muckleflugger. At the top of. Just wanted to talk
about it, so you can say that.
The Muckleflugger. But I've got to say, they do it. Rourke are doing a really good little daily roundup. One of the better that I've seen in recent times of what's going on out there. Got a bit of footage from off the boats. One of the best bits of footage, the Palinad, just that Sam Wanward 50-footer.
Yep.
Just smoke it. Like, speaking about the scow bow boats, and this is for those that don't know, the 50-foot Sam Wanward design. Crazy looking thing, but holy shit, super fast, super cool. Sailed against it in a couple of races now. And it's, I mean, we might be seeing more of these, I think, not only in the Class 40s, but further up the chain.
Hope so. I love it. I love it. BP hates it, but I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
That'd be my retirement project, would be build a scaled-down version of that boat. I love it. I'm so into it.
The scow, yep. So what's happening? Oh, the pace.
Just before you go past that, so just for the listener, so the Round Britain, it happens once every 4 years, basically 1,800 nautical miles. So Round Britain and Ireland. I think the leaders look like it could be, at the moment, they could be doing well because they've got a bit of wind up the tailpipe, but whereas some of the smaller boats are still sitting in quite light winds. They've got to go all the way around. Still, what, 2/3 of the way around now?
I'd say 2/3 pace would be. And then Varuna and Palinad are basically sitting on top of each other, Varuna being the Kerr 46. And then everyone else just making their way up to Muckle Flugger as we speak.
Muckle Flugger. God, love it, don't you?
The old mucks. Yeah.
Have you done that one, Stace? Have you ever had a shot at that one?
No, we did it with Team SDA, but I was instead of doing the race, I flew from the UK to Malaysia to do some corporate speaking for the team, and they said, "Oh, you can go because then you can go home for a day," because they thought Malaysia was like really close to Brisbane. I mean, it is closer than the UK is to Brisbane.
Yeah.
So actually, I didn't get to do it, but the girls did it. I think there was quite a few. I think there was a few 65s in the race that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Maybe that was the year Abu Dhabi, and it was a massive. I'm going to say it was a big high pressure, and they basically went downwind the whole way around.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
They basically went around the pressure system around the island.
That's the dream, isn't it? That's the exact dream. Like that's because obviously, so they're sailing clockwise around Britain and Ireland, and so you need that exact pressure system. Otherwise, you don't know what you could be smashing up. Well, you could be sailing upwind, and we don't want to do that.
No.
No.
Early Beach done and dusted.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's obviously, as spoken about, just in Hamo now. The Div 1, I guess, a couple of the 40s that you'll be racing against. Stace, Hollywood took it out with Anarchy in second. There's quite a few divisions in Airlie. It's
so
kind
many.
of the what's BP call it? It's the Sailors Regatta.
It is a great regatta. It's just it's unreal.
But some cool footage came out of there as well with all the different boats.
I think they had 25 knots. They've had a range of conditions, and I think they had 25 knots on the last day. But that Team Hollywood, the Ray Roberts, I think he's been doing it for like 940 years, and he's won it. But every year except for 3.
I mean, there's no need to exaggerate. 938 from memory.
Sorry.
So
he only hasn't, but he's only not won it 3 times. So he loves that race. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and that's the TPs and the 40s and all that sort of stuff in that race. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I won't run through all the results, but plenty of boats out in the star line. It's a Sailors Regatta. It's a good one. Yeah. What else going on? Oh, the 470s you mentioned. I think I saw the Swiss were currently leading at the moment. And what else have we got going on in yachting world?
Portline Cup.
Oh, how could have I gone past the Portline Cup? 1995, Young 88 Jigsaw when we took it out. That was, one of the biggest days in the Bice family.
So, Stace, what you have to visualise, right? You don't know the Portline Cup?
No.
Okay.
Oh, the Port River in Adelaide. Yeah.
So Port River in Adelaide. It's a little windy little river, home for a few dolphins. At the same time, you're at Airlie or heading up to Hamo for the warmth and tropical love. They have it's the Port Adelaide Sailing Club.
The annual Portline Cup.
Yep. They have the Portline Cup, which is basically you sail up the Port River to Outer Harbour. And, it's a big event. It is a big event. We've all done it. The Portline Cup is just one of those. It's kind of like the Aussies going back to, because South Australia, the only free settlement in Australia, no convicts into South Australia. So it's the tradition of that British thing of sailing up rivers and doing strange things. And if you want to practice tacking, the Portline Cup, you could probably put in, I don't know, 6,000 or 7,000 tacks in the distance of about 10 nautical miles.
I saw Barthy put his track on the VX, and again, no need to over-exaggerate things, but I think it's 5,500, maybe.
Yeah. And running aground
and is it open to all boats, or is it
bring what you brung.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
I might put the rainbow in it next year.
Oh,
just add it to the quiver.
Second hand. There's a shed find.
Sounds a bit tricky in the moth. It's a lot of tacking.
Well,
yeah.
But falling up the Port River looked pretty good. It'd go pretty well. But yeah, no, it is a big deal. Like the Portline Cup is definitely a South Australian institution, and I think. Did we get any results? Have we got results?
Oh, yeah, someone won.
Yeah, someone won.
I saw Adrian Watton did pretty well on Schools Out from his social media.
He won Div 2. He won Div 2.
Bravo, Adrian.
Yeah, Narana won Div 1. And
there you go.
Div 3 was Bite Me. Div 4,
Sounds
Outlier.
Good.
And then all the CYC boats went for a race, Bice, in the PHS. Robbie Human, CYC SA, Schultze, Greg. Yeah, right. Wow. Everyone pulled the boat.
Trip down memory lane for you there, Jordan Spencer, was it?
I was just going, wow. Anyway, so we thought you'd enjoy that one, Stace. Take you back onto a little bit of Adelaide iconic sailing. It's like racing around. What's it, Green Island or whatever? You go out of Darling Point.
The Peel Island Classic.
The Peel Island Classic, that's the one. Something like that, It's just one of the ones everyone pulls their boats out and does. So yeah.
Awesome.
But it's not warm, like you can see, and sunny like being up at Hamo right now.
Yeah, I think I'll stick to Queensland's God's country up here for the winter.
Well, as we roll into the credits, Jordan Spencer, I'll read out the forecast for this week in Hamo. So,
yep, go for it.
Well, no, we need the music going because we all like a little bit of banter while the music's on. But thanks to the listeners. And Stace, a few passing showers today. By the time you're on the water, it's going to be 22 to 25 knots.
Oh, good. Shake down.
What day is it? Saturday. Oh, no, only 20 to 24. Don't want to exaggerate. Tomorrow, 20 to 25. Monday, 21 to 25, few showers. Tuesday, 22 to 26 showers. Wednesday, 21 to 25 knots, showers. Thursday,
that's a lay day.
17 to 21, shower or two. And then it should be starting to come good by the end of the week. You're going to love it.
That boat is a renowned wet boat.
And guess what direction?
Southeast.
Southeast.
You might want your goggles, Stace.
Set your watch to it. Yeah, do some goggle sailing.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for listening, everyone. Have fun, Stace and BP. I was going to say cheers at barkarate.com if you do want to reach out just for a chance at the bike.
Or if you've got a book to promote, send it our way.
And then, of course, disruptormarinemarketing.com.au and Radix Nutrition, all supporters of the show, make it happen, as do you guys and girls out there. We love you. Thank you for putting up with us. Thank you particularly, Stacey, for putting up with us. She sets a new standard every day.
Every day. Just lifting it. It's her way.
Her way.
My way.
That's it. Everything's Stacey's way. Oh, I'm scared now. All right. See everyone.